That's it. You're here with Ladylife and the Backstage Pass. You never know what happens backstage stays backstage. Tonight I have some special guests, some information on entertainment, music, fashion, and life. The good, the bad, the ugly. Now let's do it. Let's get right in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. I know you miss me. Mike, I know you miss me. I know you miss me. Y'all miss me? Go ahead, you can say yes. What's up, Petey? I see you over there. What's up, man? So, guys, tonight you got to log on to mixvibesradio.com. Yo, there's my boy right there, Silo. Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound good.
All right, awesome. Yo, I wore my life shirt for you. Old school.
That's what's up.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Yo. I had to do the braids and this shirt because I remember when I first flew to Vegas. If you guys are just checking in with us, thank you for checking in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. It's been a minute. We're back. We're working on special projects over here. So it got a little crazy. But we are back in action because we have a lot of great stuff coming to you. Silo was my old manager. And I just want to say thank you for inspiring me every day, all the time, because you've always been an inspiration in my life, and the people need to know who you are. Not only about your book and the crypto and stocks in Vegas and being manager and miscellaneous, but they need to know you as a human, and you know I'm all about human love as well as you. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Yo, my pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. So we're just going to do a few shout outs and then we're going to get started. Just a quick shout out to everybody that's been reaching out to me. Guys, we are still live every Tuesday night, the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. A lot of my artists and a lot of friends and family are on tour right now. As you know, the industry is back up and running. Congratulations. But yes, a little applause. We can do it. I saw Mike going to hit the button. We can do this, but guys, check this out. What's happening is, you know, they might shut stuff down because the control of the vaccinations is different. Now, a lot of my friends that have been vaccinated have COVID. So remember, we don't know what this virus is going to do. So we're all learning together. So wear your face mask, take care of each other, and be there for each other. Quick shout out to my boy, Tony D. Brutal Bill on the mix. Yo, these guys had a great party this weekend. First of all, the deck. I thought it was an outdoor deck when I showed up to the Gates party. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know what door to go in. I love you. You know you're laughing at me right now. Shout out to my boo watching. I love you, baby. Shout out to everybody that wrapped up with Jonathan Peters this weekend. I heard the party was amazing. I heard the Ocean Club in Atlantic City was crazy off the hook. Thank you guys so much for checking in. And you know my birthday party, August 21st, Danny Teneglia, Calderon. I have nothing else to say about that. I'm just going to say those two words. And Silo, you know what that means. I'm an old lady, but I'm going out to party. So I'm gonna make it out of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday to you, too.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I'm not pushing it. I'm not in a rush. So let's talk about, first of all, how's the Vegas weather? Because we're getting some crazy weather here, my friend. Are you having the rain and the sun and the rain and the sun, too?
Yeah, we're getting days. You know, Vegas really isn't known for getting a lot of rain, but lately over the last 3 weeks, we've been getting a ton of it. Like
Yeah.
Almost.
You know, and I was telling my husband, because, you know, I'm all old school. I look at the Farmer's Almanac, and I said, babe, it's going to rain a lot this summer. And even in Vegas, it shows like crazy rain. We went away, and the western fires were causing this crazy haze. You had to see it out there. Did you get that haze, too?
No, we didn't get it.
Okay, so it went across and not down. All right, okay. So see, some things are different here. So Silo, let's catch up. So I know. We have so much to talk about. So I all I remember was you know, I know this sounds crazy. You might remember this, but I don't. And I know we should have talked about this, but I like being very translucent with my audience. I don't remember how we met, but I know you became my manager. Do you remember?
Yeah, you know what? I was trying to think about that too. Nah, I can't remember. I wish I could, but I want to say it was through a referral.
Oh yeah, yeah. That rings a bell.
It was.
Look.
Yeah.
I got my bell.
There we go. It was through a referral, And at the time, I was working with A&R reps at certain record labels.
Yes, and
And,
yes. You are
and
correct.
they turned me on to you. They were like, listen, you gotta hear this girl. She's amazing. And at the time, I was trying to pitch my other artists that I had signed. And
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if I want to pick up a new artist. I'm already stacked. I got like 5 artists I'm managing. I don't know if I could take another. They're like, you got to hear her. And then after I heard your music, I was like, okay, all right. I think
Yeah,
I can
and you
take
know
all
what?
this.
I do remember you were really busy. That's all I remember because I just remember flying in and remember I did Spike TV. I was doing Spike
Yep.
TV. I was an actress, singer, and a dancer. So you took on a really busy New York artist. And you're originally from Jersey. And
Yep.
and you moved out to Vegas, and my best friends from high school, my brother's best friends, really, he's 7 years older than me, they lived in Vegas, and I remember pulling up in your car, and do you remember them saying, "Would you like a private jet anywhere?" You were like, "No,
Yep.
she's got to go to sound check. She needs to be on time," and I was like,
Yep.
"Yeah, I don't need a jet. I don't need anything." But I want to say thank you because you were one of the best managers I've ever had in my entire life. I
You're welcome.
you are just such an amazing human, and we're going to get into this tonight. You took me by the hands and led me to all those clubs. I know one night after I performed, it was sold out. I mean, I did every single in Vegas, I think 2007, because I remember the disc. We burned like thousands of discs, and we were giving
Yep.
them out to everybody. And it was the disc where I kissed the disco ball.
Yep.
And I remember we got home from the gig at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you text me to ask me if I was making my flight. And I said, no, I'm going to do the after hours show, because then like famous people were like showing up, and you're like, why are you doing this? I'm like, I gotta go do it. I'm going to eat some breakfast, because I was a good girl. I ate my breakfast. I went back to the show, and there was like 1,000 more people. And that actually catapulted me. Remember, I kept coming back to Vegas. I mean, to fly to Vegas every couple of weeks and perform was my life in 2007, 2008. People don't get it. Every couple of weeks flying to Vegas while cutting hair, while paying bills. Nobody was supporting me. It was just me and you doing that. So thank
That's
you.
the grind.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't think I ever officially said thank you. Thank you for just being so generous and so loving and very humble and honoring to me. Your life proves you as such a good man. So thank you very much. A little
You're welcome.
applause
Yeah.
would be great there.
It just comes down to respect, right? Respect for the music, respect for the artists, and you really gotta believe in what they're doing, right? I mean, you just gotta believe in people in general. Like, you just have to. I mean, how much better would your life be if you just, said, you know what, I'm gonna trust this person versus why should I not trust this person? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And,
It's all about
well,
trust. Listen, it's all about respect, and it's all about trust. And I think some people underline, they get confused about respect and trust. They get confused. Like, if you respect someone and honor someone the way you did to me, and you and I know my history with managers was not very easy, because as you remember, I'm not saying I was Britney Spears, but I was blonde, I was hot, I had a six-pack, I was traveling. I really just was like a sex icon to people. I remember when I was on Jamaica calling you on tour, and I'm like, dude, the guy was like, take your shirt off while I was on stage, and you're like, Lynn, it doesn't matter, stay focused, sing the song, get that record out. That's how they're going to purchase it. And this is prior to 99-cent singles on freaking iTunes. You know, I mean, I remember you saying, Lynn, your CDs are still going to sell for $8.99. We had just got off of acetate, went from vinyl to CD. So I was right in that crossover, and I was getting played on the radio because we had really big records. I mean, nobody but you, if I remember correctly, you were the one that made me do this. You're like, you got to write down what days you're charting. I had 3 mixes and Ministry of Sound, Nobody But You, which a record by DJ Dove. Shout out to DJ Dove, who's kicking ass right now. It was top 10, all three mixes. I was in the second spot, the seventh spot, and the 10th spot for almost a year straight on the promo only. And you really, really pushed me to be the best I could be. So once again, thank you. I'm going to ring this bell.
welcome.
This is our boxing ring entry
And
bell.
that promo only was a big deal too, because the promo only.
Yes. Do you
only
remember?
back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, that was like how DJs got to know who these
Correct.
artists were. It was like a DJ pool, and the DJ pool would send out music every month to these DJs and have the DJs spin them in the club, test the songs. What's the feedback you're getting? Are people requesting the song? Are they dancing when you play it? Do they sit down while you play it? And all this data would go back to the record pool, and they would send it to the record labels. And it was a process to get on promo only. It wasn't just
well, here's the thing. Do you remember they were like, out your club and concert calendar with Ladylife. Yeah. That guy was friends with the guy I recorded Hero with, and Hero was an amazing hit. And you remember I didn't want to do that. The funny thing is that record catapulted me, and then I wrote Nobody But You on a napkin at the Malibu Diner, and then Dove turned it into like a magical, everybody remixed that record. I was on, I think I might have made it on 10 compilations, and it was out of control. I performed that record for years, and I'm still to this day, till this day, trying to write a record like that. And I remember the day I called you, I was like, hey, Silo, it says Jennifer Lopez, Ladylife, and Kelly Clarkson. I did it. And you were like, that's promo only. You did it. You're in the mix. So yes, thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot. Yes, the promo only. And you're right. Back in the day, those guys got that from Carrie Vance. Shout out to Carrie Vance back in the day. You're right. That's how we did it. And if the DJs didn't get your single, they weren't singing it. They weren't performing it, and they weren't playing it. So quick, I'm just going to do some quick shout outs. We had a lot of people chiming in here. Hey, Carrie, what's up? Hey, Sky. Hey, Dawn. Hey, guys. Hey, Peter. Thanks for chiming in tonight. We got Silo Moses here tonight. We are talking about a lot of stuff tonight. And I know you all want to talk about crypto as much as I do. So thanks for chiming into the Backstage with Ladylife on Tuesday nights. We're going to quickly pay the bills. We will be right back, and we're going to talk crypto, money, life, and Vegas with Silo Moses. Ultimate Dance Academy. Do you think you have what it takes in hip-hop, African, modern, ballet, acting, jazz, and musical theater? That's okay. Come check us out at UDA. Anthony Borello, Artistic Director, Choreographer to the Stars. Check them out this summer. It's a summer intensive, dance-safe, outdoor location, and indoor. Also, make sure you check us out at Ultimate Dance Academy, 718-527-8450, located at 13895 Francis Lewis Boulevard. All right, we're back, Ladylife Live on the Backstage Pass with Ladylife with my boy Silo. And he's got a lot of funny things to tell us tonight about the crypto world, because my phone, Silo, went crazy today. I wrote the word crypto on my promo and my phone wouldn't stop. Shout out to Ramsey. I see you, brother. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for chiming in tonight. All right. So let's talk about dipsandsticks.com. Let's talk about crypto. I'm sure people have a lot of questions. So let's start by talk about your website and talk about how you got into this, and then we're going to give the people some tips on how to do this if they're just beginning.
Yeah, definitely. So first and foremost, guys, make sure you just head over to dipsandsticksdaily.com. It's dips like when you dip, I dip, we dip.
Yes.
And stick.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, why does it say dipstick? And in my head, I'm like, dipstick. I'm like, how I would dip money in the stick. I didn't know. Now I get you dip, we dip, we dip. Go ahead. I got it.
Yep. So we call it Dips and Sticks Daily because you get information for cryptocurrency for beginners. You get it every day from us. So if you go to our website, you sign up and subscribe to our newsletter. Every day we'll send you something new that's going on in the crypto world to keep you up to date and keep you in the trends. We talk about coins, we talk about blockchain, we talk about what's coming in the crypto world, and all this stuff impacts your investments, especially if you're a beginner and brand new to crypto. So it's dipsandsticksdaily.com on social. It's all Dips and Sticks Daily. But that's how you can go and get involved and get started with the community. When it comes to crypto, I basically got into it because I saw the future for it. right? I saw the independence that comes with owning cryptocurrency. I saw the independence with moving away from centralized banks, and it really hit me when I had I don't want to mention the name of the bank, but I had some major transactions going through with this bank, and this bank decided that they were going to decline the transaction. Now, it was a
Oh,
significant transaction, and it was a point in my time in my life where I needed this cash. Right, there was no way that I can go without it. It was pretty significant, and the bank decided without letting me know anything, without saying, "Hey, this is why we declined the transaction," decided that they weren't going to pay me the money that's in my bank account. And
what?
now, keep this in mind: it was transferred, it's in my account, and it's got to sit there because it came from the UK. So they're going through all of their checks and balances to make sure there's no money laundering, etc. I wouldn't do
Wow.
any of that stuff. But at the end of the day, they decided not to give me the money that was in my account. They took it and then they held on to it, and it's now theirs.
Wow.
The person that
The
sent it to me
power.
never.
This is why I listen. Listen, I'm old school Italian. I got the money in the mattress. I don't play around. I don't play
Yep.
around. I don't let anybody control my funds. And I'm glad you're talking about this tonight because a lot of people after GameStop got scared and they just
Mhm.
don't know what to do. So should I give you a number and then we talk about it? Or you want to explain to us, do we start with 100? Do we start with 200? Because to what I know, you gotta have money to lose money because it goes up and down every day, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you got to know when you're getting into cryptocurrency, it's very volatile. It's going to go up. Bitcoin is known to change directions 20% one way or another on a daily basis.
Wow.
So you got to go in with money that, I'm in Vegas, so we call it Vegas money.
Okay.
But you want to go into cryptocurrency, one, knowing that it's going to be very volatile, and two, you should only go in with money you could afford to lose,
Correct. That's
right?
what I
So,
always say. If my mother always said, if you don't have cash, don't buy it. And I have to tell you, she passed when I was young, and I learned that young. If you don't have money, don't buy it. And that's an important thing to know. When you put money into this, people, you better have money to lose. Because what happens is you could put 200 in, but lose 5, and then you owe 3. So it's a very tricky situation. So
right.
as a first investor, where would you think somebody should start? What's the name of the stock?
So, cryptocurrency is obviously the one that's most popular, right? As far as getting in, Bitcoin right now is upwards of what, 40,000 around that area.
Yes.
Most people don't know though, if you want to get involved in crypto and you want to buy Bitcoin, you don't have to buy $40,000 or just using this
Oh
number.
yeah.
You don't need to buy a $40,000 Bitcoin. You can go in and buy a fraction of a Bitcoin.
Okay.
You can buy a Bitcoin for $500, $1,000. You don't
Okay.
need to put up 40 grand to buy one Bitcoin.
Okay.
So when it comes to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, most popular, is probably the easiest one to gain access to because most platforms have it. And in New York, I know you've got some restrictions regarding which platforms and exchanges that you can
Yes.
do,
Yes. This
right?
is this is why people are listening tonight. Everybody wants to know what's going on with this and why it's different in New York than other states. Why? How is
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, so I mean, well, going back to Bitcoin, so yeah, you want to, I'll answer your question. You want to go into exchanges that are friendly to New York. So Gemini.com is a good one. It's a good
Okay.
exchange you can join to gain access to Bitcoin. They are a centralized exchange. We don't want to go too deep into this video, but centralized just means that there's a central company organization controlling that exchange. Then you look into decentralized, de-financed, or DeFi, sorry, and that's just an organization or exchange where you can buy Bitcoin that's not controlled by an organization, that's not controlled by, like a bank,
Correct. It's
right?
not controlled, right? We don't want yes, because
Right.
most banks are Canadian, Saudi Arabian anyway. So we never know where our money is coming from, and we didn't even know in the quarantine if they were going to shut down. So
Mhm.
everybody was confused. So you would say for a first timer, you should start with 500 just to be safe, correct? That's a
Yeah, I mean,
lot,
why
or is
not?
that a lot
Why
for
not?
you?
I mean, $500 is better than no dollars in cryptocurrency.
Okay.
right? So if that's what you got, remember, if it's 500, it's 500 you could afford to lose. It's
Correct.
not your last 500 bucks. It's
That's what
not.
I tell everybody. I'm like, guys, listen, listen. I'm not a big gambler, but when I go to roulette, I know when I drop this $500, I already know I'm not getting it back. I already know that I am. If I win, blessings, but if I know, you got to walk away. No one to hold them, no one to fold them. That's what this game is
Yep.
about. It's about being smart. And can you briefly tap into because a lot of people are confused, and I'm a little confused too. I want to be honest with you. What happened with GameStop? What was that all about? That everybody, like 15 and 16-year-olds I know, actually are owning Bitcoin, and I'm confused why they're so interactive with this and like, oh, it's my college money, and I'm like, wait, what's going on with this? What happened? Did an outside source tap in? Is that really what happened there?
Yeah, well, and I want to say this too. Obviously, anything that I say on this show is not financial advice. So
Of
do
course,
all
it's
your
what.
own
Listen, we're
due
just here.
diligence.
It's right. They're do your
Yeah,
own due diligence. We're just here to guide you, and that's why you have a website to follow your guide. It's your money you're dealing with, baby. We ain't digging in your pockets. They know who we are.
exactly. Yep. So you've got like two different scenarios. You've got AMC and GameStop, which are actually stocks that are on the stock market and on the NYC exchange, right?
Correct.
And then you've got Bitcoin, which is completely separate because it's digital fiat currency or digital currency. So your stock market is completely separate from like your Bitcoin market, cryptocurrency market. With AMC and GME, these were corporate companies, public companies, where hedge funds had betted against. So when we mean by betted against, it just means that these companies had invested interest to see those companies fail.
Huh.
Just like when Toys R Us failed,
Wow.
Sears failed, they were betting
Sears,
against
Sears
them.
Roebuck was huge. They pulled in Kim Kardashian to save that, and it didn't even. Remember that all of a sudden
No,
the Kardashian line came in Sears. Like no one's going to Sears for a Kardashian. They're going for like not auto parts, but like lawn goods. Like my mom used to buy
right.
lawnmowers and shit from them. Okay, so it's all
Yep.
everything is about being the savior, being the savior, being the savior.
Yeah, these companies were betting against them. They didn't want to see them succeed and grow. They wanted to see them shut down and go into bankruptcy and
Wow.
disappear. So they were betting against their growth, and they were actually betting on the fact that they were going to fail. So when Toys R Us failed, these companies made money off of their failure. So they then
Wow.
moved over to AMC, and they moved to, which is the movie theater company, and GME, which is GameStop. They saw the same potential trajectory of those companies going into failure, just like Toys R Us did. What
Whoa.
saved GME and saved AMC was that these big hedge funds, we're just calling them hedge funds. It could be anything. It could be
Right.
Wall Street.
Right. Right.
It could be anything.
We know. Okay.
So, what they didn't see happen was the fact that both GameStop and AMC had these huge communities rallied around them from retail investors. And retail investors are basically us, right? Like the little guys compared to them,
Correct.
right? We're the guys that throw $100 at them, throw
Yeah,
500
yeah, yeah.
bucks, 1,000 at them.
We're
We're
the
not.
ants. There's always a queen ant with the millions of the baby ants. We're all ants. That's how I look at the world.
Right, exactly. And in AMC, they call us apes, right? So
Okay.
we're AMC apes, right? AMC gorillas. And basically, we're the ones that when AMC was on a downward trajectory, didn't look like they were going to survive, came in and revamped them with all of our little $100, $50, $1,000. And next thing you know, the company turned around. So,
Wow.
and the same thing happened with GME, with GameStop. Now, again, these are stocks, and you can basically Google these and go into them and go down the rabbit hole and invest in them because they're available to anyone because they're in the stock market. When we're moving over to crypto, crypto is, of course, you have your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is kind of like your AMC and GME for the
Okay.
cryptocurrency because they're the
Okay.
most popular, right? And they have the most community support, right? And there's also big companies that are coming in and kind of
Oh
manipulating.
yeah. They're
And,
tapping
and they
in.
want
They're all tapping in. Everybody wants to tap in.
they're tapping in. They want to see it come down in price so they can buy more than drive the price up. So your Bitcoin is going to be like the AMC and be like GME because it's the most popular, most people have access to it, and there's huge communities around Bitcoin to help it survive, to help it grow, and help it hit $50,000, $60,000 per Bitcoin.
Wow. So this is
So
this is a lot. This is a lot. I just want to quickly for everybody that's chiming in because I got a lot going on over here. I just want to shout out to Peggy. Happy birthday, Peggy. Happy birthday, Peggy. Sandra Mio. What's up, girl? Sandra. Hey, Cleveland. Hey, Lupio. Yo, guys, just thanks again for checking in. Hey, Ramsey. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Carrie. What's going on? Thanks for checking in with the Backstage Pass with Lady Life on Tuesday night. And like, add, and share the Backstage Pass with Lady Life on Tuesday nights. Welcome back. We miss you guys. If you're just chiming in, we are here with my boy Silo, who used to be my old manager. He wrote an amazing book. We're going to talk about some amazing, grateful things in our future. And we're also talking about crypto, why both of our phones went insane today when I typed this up. But for right now, we're going to do a quick ad, and we'll be right back with the Backstage Pass with Lady Life. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, I know the guy to do it. Sean Lynch at the A-Team Real Estate Group, LLC. Licensed real estate salesperson. Office phone number 718-915-7000 or direct at 516-399-7333. Email Sean Lynch at ateamnewyork.com. Located at 540 Little Neck Parkway, Suite number 5, Little Neck, New York. Once again, that's Sean Lynch at the A-Team, New York. Hey guys, if you're just chiming in, you're live with the Backstage Pass with Lady Life with my boy Silo. And tonight we are talking about cryptocurrency. And I'm so excited to bring him on because he has an amazing website that he's going to tell you all about right now. Just really quickly, Silo, before we keep going, can you give them that website again for all the new chimers? We got a lot of people chiming in tonight. Thank you guys so much. It's 7:30 and we are just getting into the deep stuff right now. So quickly, guys, we were just talking about the wheeling and the dealing and the basically about what's going on and what happened with GameStop and AMC and why people are doing this. So you can always watch us live on mixedvibesradio.com. Like, share, and add with your friends every Tuesday night. I thank you so much for all of your support. Once again, we're here with Silo. A little applause for the Peanut Gallery. Silo. So let's keep going because this is getting good. So now you see all this happening. What makes Dips and Sticks, we dip. How does this happen with you? Because you're very intuitive. What made you get this site up and running? What happened? What happened to you?
Yeah, so I saw what was going on with AMC stock, and again, it's dipsandsticksdaily.com. I saw what was going on with AMC stock and the manipulation. I saw what was going on with GME and the manipulation. And by the way, I still hold AMC. I bought in AMC when it was at $9.
Wow.
So I got in really early, and I'm one of those guys that were just believed in the company way before it hit 30, 40, 50, even $60 at its high. And I saw what was going on there with the manipulation from Wall Street, and I immediately got turned off. I sold all of my stocks. Wow. I only kept GME and AMC, and then I moved over to crypto because I just didn't like the manipulation that was going on with Wall Street and all the hedge funds. So when I moved over to crypto, and again, I had that instance that happened with the bank, I didn't know how much control the banks had over my financial life until they decided to decline to hold that cash for me and keep it for themselves.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
So when I started to read up on cryptocurrency, I started to see that Nigel. It's a currency that is not, it's decentralized, meaning it's not owned by any one central organization.
Wow.
It's peer-to-peer. So what that means is if I want to give you, Lynn, 50 Bitcoins, I can. And it's peer-to-peer. There's no person in the middle that's going to make sure that transaction goes through.
That's why I want to talk about this, because it's important to know that when it's your money, it's okay to transfer. When it's their money, you have the possibility to actually lose this. And I think that's what everybody is confused about. So let's talk about that one more time. We can say it again. You could transfer.
Yeah, it's peer-to-peer.
Peer-to-peer.
Yeah, if I want to give you, 50
Jacqueline.
Bitcoins, I can. And I can do it without no person in the middle going, hey, where's this going to? We need to verify it. You know what? That's too much. You shouldn't be giving that much to her, or whatever the case may be. When you think about a bank, right, and you make a transaction, you go into a store, you use your debit card. There's so many people that are intermediaries in between that transaction and your money.
Yes.
You got the vendor.
Yes.
Right? You got
Correct.
the credit card processing company. You've got the bank that needs to verify the
And they
fund.
got to charge you $4.95 a month for absolutely nothing. Just, it's all
Right.
bullshit. It's like 35 for this and 45 for this. And sometimes, if checks don't clear, they charge you overdraft fees and then the check doesn't. It's all a very vicious cycle. And that is why I always tell people, do not get involved with crypto unless you have money to lose. If you got a couple G's in the bank and you want to play ball, there you go. There's my bell. Then play ball. If you don't have it, don't jump into something. My mother always said, don't jump in the water if you can't swim. Because guess what? There is no life preserver there for you. It takes somebody like me, Ladylife, the lifesaver, to go in there and do that for you. So, guys, if you're just chiming in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife, I have my boy Silo here talking about crypto. All right, so now that we got the website, so Dips and Sips, if I'm a newbie and I want to go on there, where on the site would I go to learn about more information? I go to the menu, correct? And then I tap in?
Yeah, you can go to the menu, you can go to the FAQ section of our website. It's frequently asked questions. Your most basic questions will be there with the answers below them. If you want to learn more, you can read our blog. We've got our blog we just set up about a couple of weeks ago. We've got a lot of blogs posts set up. We just don't have them on the website yet.
That's okay.
You can get a great start with the FAQ page, great start with the blog page, and you can always subscribe to get more updated information dropped in your email inbox daily.
Awesome. So now, Silo, is this what you're not managing artists anymore? This is your main focus? Like this is what you're doing from now on?
Yeah, this is my main focus right now. Like I have a personal goal myself and as a company to help 10,000 families become financially independent.
You're amazing.
So that's our 5-year goal, right?
10,000 families.
Yep. And it starts with learning the absolute basics. What is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? What are coins? What are DeFi coins? What are centralized coins? We literally hold your hand all the way up to the point where you're like a master trader. And that's when we go, all right, thanks, see you later. Send us someone else who's new in return to helping you get to where you've gotten to today.
Awesome. Okay, so let's tap into. You do a lot of things, so I hope everybody got to check out. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Hey, Jacqueline, my sister, I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. If you just missed the crypto information, you guys might want to chime back in and check that out. Dipsand6daily.com. I'm here with my boy Silo. So, Silo, can we kind of like veer off into why you help families and talk about this? And can we briefly talk about your book that you released as well, Mr. Author Out of the Blue? That blew me out of the water. And next week, we're actually going to have Doug McGurk on. Doug, I introduced you to Doug, and you guys connected. You're both an inspiration in my life. Both of you have managed me. Doug actually did NLP training on me, and he was the one that actually recentered me because I was getting caught up in the scene. I got on Spike TV. Then I was passed on to you. So I don't know if you even know that. But
no.
Yes, so Doug did some training on me because remember my mom died when I was young. I was right in the break of being famous. I had to re-tackle back, start over, start fresh. Went back into acting school, then went back into singing, then came back out. Doug took me under his wing. This is way before he started working with Tony Robbins. Like he was just beginning. He was still working with Dee Snider in the studio because Doug is a superstar. Don't let him fool you. He's been in the music industry a long time. And Doug, for all you music industry people out there, I'm going to give you advice that I don't share. A magician never shares their tricks. But because I'm a nice girl, I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever give up your magic tricks. And I didn't understand that. And he told me that I said, Doug, do you like my EP? You remember All I Do. You remember all those songs. He said, Lynn, when you're famous, it's going to be effortless. And finally in my life, this show is effortless. Every guest I have here, every person that I talk to says, Lynn, This is the most amazing show. You're finally in your element. I wish I knew this 25 years ago because I probably would have been retiring right now because I am not twerking. Silo, I am not twerking. These poor girls, what they have to do in their music videos. I love you all, Megan Thee Stallion. Congratulations for being the first black girl to ever grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. You are gorgeous, but I will not be twerking with them. And I also was not going to wear a meat dress and compete with Lady Gaga like they wanted me to. Unfortunately, that wasn't my goal because I had a different goal in my life. I wanted to do, I wanted to have more of like wellness and health camps for women. And I just had to, Ladylife had a very different vision back then. When I went to Jamaica, I was on tour. I was helping the homeless. I helped people. At every show I say, let's donate. The pandemic is still going. We might shut down again. This is why we're so connected. What happened a couple of years ago for you to write this book about the homeless? And you were in Vegas when you wrote this book, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so
And
tell
this
us a little bit about this book that you put out.
So the book that I have and it's called Better Than This, and it's on Amazon. You can get it now, and it's a chronological journey. I don't even know if I said that right.
Chronological. That's right. Chronological. Chronics. No, you can pretend like chronics. It's okay. Chronological. Go ahead. Correct.
A journey of a time that I spent while I was homeless here in Vegas.
Which makes me crazy because all you did was give to all of us artists, and it upsets me, but I know that you pulled through because then I saw you feeding thousands of people on lines. What transpired?
Yeah. It was right after that where the management, I started getting out of the management and started going more into like the concierge stuff, and then I had my own concierge business. And after some time, my son was born, and I just wasn't ready for that.
Yes, we were in our 20s, man. We were in our late 20s.
I had to shut down my concierge business because some things, I remember the day I had to shut it down. Obama was on TV.
Wow.
He was in Detroit. All the Detroit car makers, all the car makers were asking for a bailout. And
oh my God, and he bailed them all out too, and we spent money we didn't have. I remembered that. Yeah, I remember that. It was bad.
Yeah, and before he bailed them out, he had flown there to talk to them and hold this big press conference, and he found out that all the automakers that were there flew in on private jets to ask for money.
Yeah, they were all rich. It was all bullshit. It was all just a waste of money. It really was. I mean, it is what it is, Let's just be honest.
Yep.
That transpired early on, and that money put us below Germany. We were always top 3 in the world, and then we went way below to like number 7. And to be honest with you, we just recently caught back up, and now we're back under again. But it is what it is. Moving forward, so you hit it hard, and then you got to see the streets of Vegas, right?
Yeah, I mean, Obama got on TV and he said, hey, listen, if you fly on private jets, you are irresponsible human being. And my concierge business at that time was 90% private jets.
Damn. And you remember when I got to you that day, they offered us a private jet. You're like, she's already where she needs to be. She doesn't need a private jet. I go, why didn't you offer me the private jet from New York to Vegas? I would have took that shit. But every flight is $80,000. People don't get that. You're using, I know a lot of people in concierge, as you know. Every little flight is like $90,000. Whether it's an hour to 5, it's $90,000.
Yep. So, and I remember that private jet too, because that private jet was coming in with Date 26. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, of course.
So I had we were working with them to get, Date 26. They were taking their tours and they were taking them on private jets, and they'd booked a few private jets. Blowing all the
money.
Yep.
And me and you were eating at the salad bar. What? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I didn't even eat back then. I was like eating lettuce and doing sit-ups in my bedroom by myself. So, but go ahead.
So then, after that day happened, my business completely shut down. It was like crickets. No one was calling me anymore. I couldn't get people to call me back. It was just not the right time for people who did have money to fly on private jets. They all went back to flying first class. So my money just started to dwindle, especially with having a newborn son, buying diapers every day. It was just, it was something unprepared for, how much money that it takes to grow a child from infant to toddler. To take care of them. And
47,000, and that's 47,000. That's including Section 8 here in New York City, by the way, just so you know.
wow.
That's including your benefits. Go ahead.
So I went and got a job, and I was working paycheck to paycheck. Still wasn't enough. Eventually, one day, there was more bills at the end of the month than a paycheck or money, and ended up losing my condo, ended up losing my cars, and ended up going homeless.
Jesus. And
Yeah.
what happened? You
So,
just saw, all of a sudden, I saw you serving hope. Serving hope came out of nowhere. Did you just wake up one day and was like, I'm going to feed the world? Because that's what you
yeah,
did, bro.
yeah. So
Applause right
I
there.
got back, I got back
Applause.
on my feet, and then I decided, you know what? Like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into the homeless community. We don't really say homeless; we say less fortunate. So
Less
we went back
fortunate,
into
correct.
a less fortunate community, and I went back just as a way of paying homage, right? I just wanted to go back and pay homage to where I just came from. I knew I was lucky to get back on my feet. I knew I was lucky to go from eating out of garbage cans to eating regular food again. And I just went back to pay homage. And I went back with a single pot of spaghetti. I served 30 people with that single pot of spaghetti.
Wow.
Next week, I went back again. This time, I brought somebody with me, and then they went home, told somebody what we did. Following week, they brought somebody back with them, and we just started to grow.
And then, it's funny, Doug, did you notice Doug started to do the turkeys on Thanksgiving?
Yep.
And I was like, this is so weird. You two are my boys. And I would die for both of you, and you both didn't reach out to Mama Life for help. And I help everybody. Like I told you, we were riding this weekend, and we were on like a 14-hour road mission with the guys, and we happened to have a pit stop. And some guy, when I saw as soon as I got off the bike, had like a bloody finger. I ripped everything out of my pocketbook. I wrapped it up for the guy. I didn't even know him, with my alcohol. I could have used that for any of our 15 bikers, but I gave everything I had up in that safety bag for this man who we didn't even know. And that's just how we roll. We do good. We be kind. We give to the next person. If you don't have that stuff in you, and you have anger and rage and selflessness in you, and no humility, you need to get empathy. You need to figure it out, because it's people like you and me and Doug and all around the world that take beatings from everybody, and we keep on ticking, and we take a licking. So I'm really, really proud of you, my friend. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you. So you wrote the book from this moment, correct?
I wrote my book was actually a journal I kept while I was homeless.
Okay.
So every day I'd write in it, and I'd write about the day that I want to have, and then every night I'd write in it about the day I just experienced. So every morning I'd wake up and I'd write, well, today I want someone to look at me. Today I want someone to call my name. Today I want someone to look in my direction, because people don't do that when you're homeless, right? Not when you're out on the streets. And then
see, it's weird, because we have on the corner of my job, we have a methadone clinic, and they closed it down, and everyone's been outside, and I've been feeding them breakfast and buying them food, and I know all the guys' names, and I know everybody, and I just don't understand, and I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, but I just don't understand why people don't look that way. I don't get it. It doesn't really, if you have socks on your feet and a warm bed, and you're not giving to someone else, you have a problem. You're not a human to me. Like, I really take offense. Like, you just said no one said my name. Like, that's all you were wishing for.
7 months, no one said my name.
Wow.
Right? So,
wow.
yeah, and it's like, so my book is that journey, and it's very emotional. It's very up and down. I have people say they read it and cried their eyes out.
I'm crying right now. You like already got me. I just wish you would have called me, because but I get it. You were my God, my master. So to call, I've been down and out, and I've been down and out. I've been there. So, but I get it. Like, it's not. You said. I wrote in my journal for someone to say my name. You didn't write in your journal, I'm hungry. I want food. You wrote, I just want someone to say my name. And that's really, really, really important for people to understand. Like, when you're angry and when you're upset with someone and you're being rude and you're having all this emotion, you have to really hone in, because people are dealing with a lot more than you actually think. You understand what I'm saying? You all out there on the streets weren't even thinking about food. You were thinking about someone just saying silo. Bob,
Yep.
Jennifer,
Yep.
Mary. Lisa, whoever. So that's a very touching community. Did you also? I'm going to read the book. But did you write about anybody in the book that you can remember? Was there someone
Yeah, yeah.
that was special to you that you want to shout out from that time?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote about, certain situations that I came across, and there's one guy by the name of Eric. He actually helped me get back on my feet. He believed in me before I believed in myself, and he just kept coming around every day, and he never gave me money. He never gave me nothing like that. I mean, he tried to offer me a sandwich once, and I turned it away, right?
Wow.
And the only reason I turned it away is because I heard that other people who were less fortunate sleeping on the streets were getting poisoned by food that was given to them.
Dude, I was just about to say that.
Yep.
You have to be very careful with. When I got this man just recently food in the morning, he took the food and didn't take the drink. And I thought that was a little weird, and I understand now why he didn't, because I don't know if they opened it and they were going to share it. I think the lady behind the counter was a little rude to them because they were hanging out there. I noticed the lady was mad that I was actually buying them breakfast because they actually came in and they were saying thank you and telling me their story. And they're like, we went into a pandemic. My wife broke her hip. She went into an old folks home. They won't let us come see her. She's all the way out in Comac. We can't take the train to get there. And I almost wanted to drive them out east, but you can't get in anywhere. I couldn't even see my grandmother before she died a few weeks ago. They wouldn't even let us in to say goodbye. So, it gets heavier. How was it out there in Vegas? We still have homeless walking around. I'm talking no shoes. I walk in Central Park almost every day, and it's bad out there. Is it still pretty crazy out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad, and the one thing that's really funny about it is when we went back into the community, we started serving. What we found, because we were dealing with 1,000 people at a time.
Jesus.
With our big events, our much smaller
Wow.
events, we're serving 500 to 800 people every week.
Oh my God.
And what we found, it's all food, clothing, hygiene, haircuts, love, hugs, you name it. What we found is that going up and meeting everyone and saying hi and shaking their hands and getting to know their names and saying their names back to them, which was important because that's what I missed when I was homeless. We discovered that the people in line really aren't what the people, they're not what we thought they were.
They're doctors, they're lawyers. You know what? You are correct, because check this out. So we all go on unemployment in New York City. Everybody. I'm talking. I work for a major corporate function. I didn't know. I've never been on unemployment in my entire life, and my mom died at 20, and I supported myself my whole entire life. No one's ever given me $1 ever. And I had to take this card, which they give you this card, and you have to go to the bank and get money. There was one on 14th Street and one up in New Rochelle or something like that. I swear to you, Silo, when I got online, there were lawyers, doctors, veterinary, big money people online, and there was hundreds and hundreds of people in business suits, and I was like, this is crazy. You don't know anybody's story. That's why I tell everybody, don't judge a book by its cover, because first of all, mental illness has a very big part to do with homelessness, because when you don't feel like you're enough, you don't want to go to work. When you have depression and PTSD, which I suffer from my childhood, or just being born and being adopted in my life and my story, you sometimes can't get out of that loop. It has nothing to do with, I've had $1 million. You know me. I've been a superstar. I've had the hotel rooms. You've seen me. I had it all. I had everything, and I was completely miserable and completely lonely. It has nothing to do with material surroundings. When I was alone in my bed and nobody was saying my name, that's all I wanted was love. So I completely understand you when you talk about that. I would love to come out to one of your functions and maybe do some hair if you guys will have me. If maybe we could coordinate something like that. It would be my pleasure and my honor to do haircuts for the streets of Vegas, because I still have a lot of friends that live out there, as well as yourself, and a lot of people that would love to get involved, and maybe we can collaborate on something big. Would that be cool with you?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right,
And
awesome.
so what I want to do is bring it back to crypto because I know a lot of you guys like they
Oh yeah,
chimed
they're
in because
going
they
nuts
want
on here.
to. Yeah, so
Bring it back, dude.
but
What? How many minutes we got? 5 minutes, Mike? How many? All right. We have 7 minutes. So for all you guys chiming in the backstage pass at Lady Life, we're going to do one more quick pay the bills, and then we're going to get back into crypto. We're going to lock this down. Thank you guys for chiming in with my boy Silo with Better Than This, his amazing book, and we're going to hit it back with crypto because both of our phones are blowing up, but I had to tap into that. So we'll be right back on the backstage pass with Lady Life.
Hey man, where'd you get that shirt? I don't know. I got it from Doe Wiz Apparel. Smart way to get that money. Check them out. T-shirts, jumpsuits, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more. Don't forget to get your hot mask. Spring and summer 2021 with Doe Wiz Apparel. An untapped culture that says it's okay to be smart. Smart way to get that money. www.doewizapparel.com.
Hey guys, thank you for checking in. We're once again with Silo, my boy, checking out from Las Vegas. All right, so we got a few people checking us out. Okay, so I got a few questions over here. Silo, if I don't have $500, can I start with 200? Someone just wrote that question to me.
yeah, absolutely. Again, not financial advice, but again, $200 is better than no dollars in crypto.
Okay.
I would say with $200, you want to invest in a coin where you can get the most bang for your buck. So you want to look for projects that have a utility, and these utilities meaning it's a coin that is looking to make a change in the real world.
Okay.
Right. So that's what we mean by utility. So you want to start with a utility coin, something that is around maybe 50 cents, $1. And I wouldn't essentially, just me personally, I wouldn't throw all 200 in that one coin. I would just look for a few coins that I like that are utility coins that I could buy for under $1 and just throw money into those 3 coins.
Okay. Okay.
Now, what you can do is you can go to, in New York, you've got Gemini as an exchange.
Okay.
So what I would do is I would go to Gemini, go to their exchange, I believe it's gemini.com.
Okay.
What you want to do is you want to look at the top 50 coins, the top 50 movers of the day. And then what you want to do is you want to just start going into those coins, go into their website. You want to look at their team. You want to look at something that's called a white paper.
Okay.
This will give you an idea of the utility for the coin and the real world project that this coin is looking to make an impact in. Then you also want to look at their social media channels. How many people follow this coin? What are they talking about in their communities? Is this a coin that's going to make a real change, or is just marketed as a coin that's going to make a real change?
That's what, okay, good. That's what's important because I think people, Silo, they see this app or like a quick Instagram post and they're like, I'm just using a name, I'm just using the word Voltron. I know that's back like in He-Man days, but, or whatever. So they see Voltron and they're like, this big V, and they make it look really pretty, and then everyone buys it and it sinks and they're like, but I thought it was this. So you need to do your due diligence, correct? You need to read. This is the third time you've said that. You need to read the storylines and the pages and the people talk about this. Can they, and also, I want you to just quickly, can you say all of your information on the Instagram and your websites again, nice and slow, so everybody could get this?
Yeah, it's Dips and Sticks, so A-N-D, so D-I-P-S, A-N-D, and then Sticks, S-T-I-C-K-S. Daily, DAILY.com is the website.
Awesome.
All the social media channels, it's at Dips and Sticks Daily. And again, the reason I named the company Dips and Sticks is because when a cryptocurrency dips, that's when we buy, and when it hits the candlesticks on the highs, when we sell.
Or when I
So
dip, you dip, we dip, because that shit was
Or
banging.
when
You're still a
exactly.
manager. You're still a musician. When you said when I dip, you dip, we dip. That's, I swear to God, today I was like, why did he name this that? And then when you said it, I was like, of course he said when I dip, you dip, we dip. It's so smart. It's so intelligent. You are so amazing. Thank you guys so much for chiming in tonight with my boy Silo. It seems like we spoke just yesterday, and I just want to thank you again for all your love. We are going to tap back into you in a couple of months because I want to check in with you. Also, don't forget to like, share, and add every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on Mixed Vibes Radio. If you missed us live, now I know you guys are watching live. We have Twitch Live, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube. If you missed this episode, you can always go to mixedvibesradio.com and tap on the Lady Life box, and that will give you more information. You can also go to YouTube and type in Lady Life, one word, word and which will give you more information. Now, really quickly before we go, Silo, we have 2 minutes out. What is your best tip right now as far as crypto? If you had to buy tomorrow, what are you buying into?
Yeah, I've got a few projects that I like. I like a project that's called Cardano. I got another project that I like a lot called Polkadot. Again, you can just Google these and you can find them really quickly. Go to exchanges, go to their websites, go to their communities, check out their Instagram, Discords, Telegram, stuff like that. Those are my two favorite. I'm a really big DeFi guy, which is decentralized finance, and I like utility coins, and those are coins that are going to make a real impact in the world in the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Awesome. Would you have any shout outs? Because I know that you have amazing people watching you. So take this last minute and just say hello to everybody that you love.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to, of course, you for having me on the show.
Aw,
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shout out to your crew too, because I know we were trying to chime in and really get this dialed in before we start today.
That's okay. Mike's the bomb. Mikey's right here. Mikey likes it. He's the bomb.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to the whole Serving Hope LV crew, and shout out to the Dips and Sticks Daily crew, to all the staff, to everybody, man. Yeah, the support's amazing. And again, shout out to you guys for coming in today and listening. Again, if you want more information, head over to dipsandsticksdaily.com, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe, and we'll hit you with all the information you need to get started as a new crypto investor.
I am so excited about this. My phone went crazy today, and we had a little sabbatical, and I was like, oh my God, I think crypto's more cooler than music, but all my boys are back out and on tour. So congratulations again to all my boys out there doing their thing. I love you guys so much. Tune back in next week with Doug McGurk, your friends and my friends, a really inspiring guy that we know very well, followed work with Tony Robbins and around the world. I'm so excited to talk to him next week. Thank you guys for chiming in with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Once again, Silo Moses, big applause, everybody. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next Tuesday night with the Backstage Pass with Ladylife. Thanks, Silo.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you so much.